Hello again guys. In the past year, or maybe 2 years at this point, I've been making quite a few videos about different Amazon Echo devices, like this one that I have here in my hand. This is the second generation Echo Dot, and I've looked at some accessories for the Echo Dot in the last year, things to add battery to it so you can actually use it while you're on the go if you wanted to use it that way, things that add an external speaker to it, but at the end of the day, this is a small, limited device which came with kind of a terrible speaker. And the external speaker I've tried so far, let's just say that it was kind of difficult to get it to pair up and stay paired up, and it just wasn't an optimal situation. So is there a way to turn this into something more akin to this? Let's find out. Because today we're going to be taking a look at the Devoom A-Dot portable docking speaker for the Amazon Echo Dot. Now you may be looking at this and thinking that does look kind of like the new Amazon Echo Generation 2, but as you can see from the little diagram on the side, you put your Echo Dot in the top, you've got a little connector, and it's not only a power connector, it also has a 3.5mm jack on it. It has 360 degrees of sound at the bottom and a 10,000 milliamp hour battery built in, which says that it can pump out 20 watts of audio with 4 drivers and playback music for up to 10 hours. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and open this up, take a look at it, and see if it maybe makes this Echo Dot sound a little bit less horrible. Now, if the name Devoom sounds familiar to you, it may be because I've actually looked at 2 Devoom speakers in the past, and those speakers actually had really good sound quality, so I do have high hopes for this. So, inside of the box here is the speaker and housing for the Echo Dot. That's all that is in the box. And inside of that, you get the adapter. And this is what does all of the special unique things. So you have the 3.5mm jacks, the micro USB plug for the Echo Dot itself, as well as a little barrel connector, which I assume pulls power from this device. You can see here on the back, there's an opening. This is where the Dot's gonna fit in and where this little adapter is gonna go in, right side up, of course. Down at the bottom, you have a power button, a micro USB port, and what I would presume are a few LEDs. If I go ahead and push on the button, or we hold the button, yeah, those 3 LEDs do come on. Just general info down here on the bottom about the product. And without any further ado, let's go ahead, slap this Echo Dot down in there and see what it sounds like. So it should just slide right in. Actually, you want to make sure everything's lined up first and then slide everything down in. Just a quick sort of point of reference. I tried to get this out afterward, and it's a little difficult to get the Echo Dot out after you've put it in there. So once you put it in there, don't expect to get it out anytime soon. But then we'll go ahead and attach the plate here, and everything just kind of pushes in like that. Funny thing is, the one thing I'm not seeing in any of this is any instructions, no guides, no manual. There's one in there, I think. Down under the bottom plastic, there was a manual, in fact. It's got some warnings, gives you a little overview as to what all the things are. It says to insert the Echo Dot, align the ports, insert the connector, and connect the 2 devices together. Power on the A-Dot, and the Echo Dot should play sound through the aux connection. And we're back about 10 minutes later, and I haven't been able to get this to do anything but what it's doing right now in the configuration it's currently in. And after my testing, what I can only assume is this little adapter here is damaged in some way. And that thoroughly stinks. However, just to go ahead and complete the video, I have a short audio cable, so I can go ahead and plug that in right here. And I have a micro USB cable, so I can at the very least plug in the Echo Dot. And now you can see the ring is lighting up. It is actually providing power to the Echo Dot, and the speaker does still have power because it does have a built-in battery. This is just a suboptimal test. So I'll probably see if I can reach out to Devoom, see if they'll send out another one of these as a replacement. A couple of times I have tested it like this. It does click and pop whenever it's coming up, just the speaker making the noise. And actually the funny thing is, just putting them side by side, the Devoom speaker is just ever so slightly larger than the new Echo, but they're just very similar in terms of look, in terms of size. If I had the Echo that looked kind of like this, it would be hard to tell them apart aside from the branding. Anyway, the Echo Dot is up now. I've got it up about 80% of the way. All the buttons do still work appropriately, as you'd expect, and it is actually pumping out audio to the speaker now. So just as a bit of a test here, I'll go ahead and unplug the speaker, so it's now just the Echo Dot that's plugged in. Play Pentatonix.
Shuffling songs by Pentatonix.
And you can probably tell it's not great. I can set it up all the way to the top. And yes, the speaker is being muffled and blocked by this, but it's not much better than that. So then when I plug this in, that's significant. I've actually got to turn it down. And having listened to it a little bit, I've probably listened to it for 3 or 4 minutes like this, you have sound coming out of the front and the back because that's where the 2 big drivers are. and a little bit from one side, not so much from the other. It does sort of provide that 360 sound it talked about on the box, but one way or the other, just a marked improvement over the Echo Dot on its own. Is it as good as or better than the new Echo? That sort of remains to be seen. It's still pretty surprisingly good. The one problem, obviously, with the unit that I'm using is this, but hopefully they can get that taken care of. And obviously, if you've purchased it from Amazon or something, you're not going to get one and have it not work. It's entirely possible that the first time I tried to install this, that something went wrong. Everything looks fine, but the connector could be damaged. Minor update a few days later, basically long enough for me to have had LASIK, so there's that. I reached out to Devoom. They said they don't actually carry spares of the little connector. They only carry the entire speaker, so they sent the entire new speaker out to me. It has arrived safely today. I installed the connector on the back, and as you can see, it is working appropriately. Play music.
Here's a station you might like. Carly Simon from Amazon Music.
And everything is working appropriately now, and it is playing, and it sounds very nice, just as you would expect. I've tested it for weather, I've tested it for controlling the lights in the room. Actually, I just turned all the lights in here to like this with this. So as an update to my previous thoughts on this, I'm definitely very pleased with it. If you already have the Echo Dot and you want to make it extremely better and portable and everything, although you will still have to have Wi-Fi to connect it to, this is definitely a good option. But overall, I like the design, I like the form, the fit, the finish. I like the fact that they came up with this little connector, but I am definitely a big fan of the way that this works. It takes a product that was inexpensive, that is kind of a mixed bag, especially when it comes to the speaker department, and gives it a little bit of portability as well as a much, much better speaker. Realistically speaking, the everyday price on the Echo Dot is $50. I got them for like 30 or 25 or something. And the everyday price on this speaker, the A-Dot speaker, is $50. So you're talking 50 plus 50 is 100. At that point, you might as well pick up the new Echo. If you managed to get the Echo Dot when it was on sale at less than $30, or if you got one free for buying something else, adding $50 to it to add a much better speaker is definitely a big plus and gives you something that's kind of on par with the new Echo. Plus it does add the portability of having a 10,000 milliamp hour battery in it. So I'll put links to where you can find it down below. There's not much more to say about it than that. Thanks as always for watching. Thanks to Devoom for sending this out for me to take a look at. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel to get notified when new videos come out. I'll see you again real soon.